Good morning, children. Last week we started working with second chapter that is about computer languages, and you all must be remembering computer language is a special language that computer can understand. There are number of computer languages divided into two categories: low level language and high level language. Low level language you understood last week, which is quite near to machine. It is up to the level of machine but difficult for us. That's why high level languages were developed, and these high level languages are to the level of programmer, to the level of human being. It is up to the level of our English language. So this language uses English to write instructions, and it is very easy to understand and write a program. And this is user friendly. User friendly means the person who is using the computer can easily understand it. So everybody is able to understand it very easily. That's why it is user friendly. And the most important thing is it is machine independent. You remember the case where you were not able to copy a program from your friend to your computer because of machine language? Now this is the case with the high level language. Your friend has a very good program, very good game, PUBG or some other game, and bricks, or you like the most that game he is having in his computer. Now you also want to get it copied to your computer. You can easily do it. You take your pen drive, you copy it, and you use it on your computer without any change. So that makes your program machine independent. So this is the benefit of high level language. Now high level language is again easy for us because it is up to the level of us. What with the machine? Machine will not understand this. So assembler were being used for assembly language only. Now special software to translate high level language into machine languages, interpreter and compiler. These two programs are also known as language processor because they are converting a language into another language, means source program into machine language. What is a source program? Whatever program is written using high level language is called a source program, which is required to be translated into machine language because machine cannot understand our language, it cannot understand English, so it has to be translated using a special software, interpreter or compiler. Now you might be thinking, why do software? Is there any difference? Yes, of course, there are the differences. Some language use compiler, some language use interpreter. So when we are using compiler, it converts the entire program into machine language at once, and interpreter convert one line of program at a time. So let us understand this with one example. Suppose at your home, two of your uncle comes. One is speaking Marathi, very good in Marathi, but cannot understand Tamil, which your other uncle speaks, and Tamil uncle cannot understand your other uncle's Marathi. So there is a language problem, but they want to communicate. They are sitting at your home. Obviously, they would like to communicate with each other. So how will they understand each other's language? They need a person who knows both the languages. And suppose you are the person who knows Marathi and Tamil both. So you are the solution. How will you do this? You have two ways to do this. One way is you listen from your Marathi uncle one sentence, translate it, and tell it to Tamil uncle. The other method, you listen the complete matter from your Marathi uncle and completely translate it into Tamil and tell it to Tamil uncle. So when you are translating one sentence at a time, you are working as a interpreter. And when you are taking the whole matter together and converting it together and then as a whole giving it to Tamil uncle, that means you are working as a compiler. So these are the two different style of working where compiler and interpreter are different. Otherwise both are the language processors, both are converting. And the other thing is when you write a program, whenever we write something, we make some mistakes sometimes. So when we make some mistake, for you, teacher checks and correct the mistake, but for machine, for computer, who is correcting it? Computer cannot work with machine errors or the mistakes. It is a machine. So something is required which gives mistake-less thing to computer to work on. So compiler is doing that job also. It is finding all the mistakes from our program and telling us to correct it. It will not correct. It will tell the programmer, warn the programmer that correct it. If you want to get it done, correct. So what the compiler is doing, it is reading the whole program together. So it is telling the all the errors together. An interpreter is reading one sentence at a time, one statement at a time. So it is telling the mistakes of one statement at a time. Once the correction is done, then the program will be executed. So clear about the compiler and interpreter. Now main categories of high level language. See, some of the logos are there. COBOL is written there, C++ is there, Fortran is there, COBOL programming is there, C is there. So these are few categories used as a high level language. Few more are there. See here, Perl programming. See the logo also. How can you identify this is a program with Perl, JS, JavaScript, Ruby is there, Python is there, Visual Basic is there. So you can easily understand there are different variety of high level languages as per the need we are using them. But how they evolved? They evolved through the generation. Now we will study about the third generation. Third generation used procedural language. See, two of the procedural language was COBOL and Fortran. What's so special in this language? This language was similar to English language. We started using words very common in English like add, subtract, print, multiply, the complete words. And also we started using operators like plus sign, minus sign, divide sign. So these two things were new for procedural language, and these were also source program, that means needed to be translated into machine language. Then came the fourth generation language, that is non-procedural language. So what is the development here? We are using in English language in the procedural also, then what's so special in non-procedural? Now you don't have to tell each and every procedure to computer. Means programmer is not to tell how to do a task. The programmer can only tell what is to be done. How computer has to do that, that is already defined in some libraries. So programmer only specifies what the program should accomplish without explaining how. And it also uses English like statements, and it is also a source program because it is also needed to be translated into machine language. See, two of the examples are there. Java, you can identify this, Python, and few more are there which you have already seen. Now we come up with the fifth generation. Fifth generation languages are used for the advanced computers like robots. These are called fifth generation because they are still under development. We are in the phase of transmission. We are using few of the advanced featured computers like robots, but still it is in the experiment phase. We are developing more advanced computers day by day, year by year. What's so special in this? This language allows user to enter requests that resemble human speech. Now human can talk to computer and they can be respond back by the computer, and they are associated with expert system. Expert means in one particular task they are experts. So these robots are prepared in such a way that they are become expert in one kind of task like surgery operations. Now in the foreign countries and some developed countries, they are using robots to do some simple or very critical kind of operations, surgeries, because they have been made expert for this. So there is no chance of error also. And artificial intelligence is also there. What is artificial intelligence? Do you remember? I told you that artificial intelligence is a feature that makes the computer capable of learning from experiences. It is capable of thinking. It is capable of taking decisions. So this makes the machine more advanced. When these features are added, it becomes very advanced, like human only. and these kind of computers are very popular in medical field. I give you example, doctors are using it. So this is all for now, and what you have learned today, just quick recap. For before the quick recap, see this picture carefully. See here, number of blocks are there, and the bottommost block is saying hardware. Hardware means machine, your computer. What is just above the computer? What is very near to computer is machine language. That tells us that machine can understand only the machine language, that is 0 and 1. Then comes the middle one, that is the assembly language. And after assembly language, all the blocks are telling us about the high level languages which we are using today. So this is the sequence. Machine understands only machine language, computer understand only the machine language, the language of 0 and 1, and what we are writing in, what we are using the programs to write in are high level languages, and these languages are needed to be translated some special software into the machine language. And what are the special software you have learned today? Compiler and interpreter. So this is all for now, students. So you have to do one thing, you go through the chapter. I have given you a PDF file also, where you have been given the pages from the chapter. You have to go through that. What I have covered are the important points, but you have to read the chapter to understand in a better way. We will continue.